So before I go any further, I want to ask Rueben Collins if he'd like to say a few words.
Good evening. How's everybody? My name is Rueben Collins, and I think before I get started, I want to recognize my former colleague, Commissioner Deborah Davis. She's running for the state.
Just use the microphone. You gotta go to the podium there. Not everybody's smart.
Okay. I forgot what I just said. But no. I just wanted to recognize Deborah Davis. And Deborah has been a strong supporter of bringing light rail here to the community. I wanted to kind of save the more detailed discussion for Gary and Mr. Ross, because they know this stuff up and down. What I want to talk to you about is the benefit, most specifically as it relates to economic development and its impact on our community, and why light rail and pursuing light rail is very important for the future of our county. I want to also begin the process of dispelling a lot of the misconceptions of what the likelihood exists for the implementation of light rail here in our community. It takes time, there's no doubt about it. But if we have the political wherewithal, we will see this through. And it's not inconceivable that if we work with the state, and Gary will talk about the importance of building those partnerships with the state and putting in place what's necessary for us to seek the federal funding to make this thing work. But what I wanted to really focus on is the economic impact of light rail. You look at any light rail projects throughout the nation and you see that they have a very positive impact on property values, it creates jobs, and through transit-oriented development, you actually see a boom in local economies. That's what we foresee here in Charles County. You've probably heard the county discuss the idea of redevelopment in Waldorf. It's called the Waldorf Urban Redevelopment Corridor, or WORK. This works hand in hand with our goals of actually having light rail or providing light rail for our citizens. The two projects are essentially tied together. The alignment studies that were done about 9 years ago reflects that area off on 925 Old Washington Road. Within that corridor, that is like the core of the redevelopment corridor. The county plans on actually moving forward, and I can assure you, if I am elected, there will be a tremendous thrust to ensure that the county actually invest in the infrastructure in that area to provide what is necessary in terms of road improvements, water and sewer in that area to make it feasible for us to move forward. We will also invest time in attracting developers, make them aware of this specific project, and I can assure you developers will buy into the project, the Urban Redevelopment Corridor, when they see that the county has actually invested in its implementation. That's the key. And I feel confident, whether it's a Jealous administration or a Hogan administration, that we will be able to work with the state to continue to receive support. Now, the Hogan administration has not totally bought into light rail per se. It's more aligned with the idea of bus rapid transit. But we believe once the next phase of studies take place, it will be abundantly clear that for our needs here in Charles County, and certainly the alignment which extends into Prince George's County, it would be better served by light rail. Because bus rapid transit is limited in terms of, you know, the actual number of riders that would actually commute using bus rapid transit. There's more opportunities for expansion for light rail. Another issue I think when we look at this, again, we talk about timing. Our hope is within the next 4 years, we'll be able to get a commitment from the state to allocate $27 million or more that will go towards funding for the necessary planning phases and the environmental studies that are needed, the NEPA studies that are necessary in order to move forward. That will put us in a position where we can begin to make our case on the federal level. No matter how you look at it, it requires partnerships on the federal, local, and state level. One of the things I'm most proud of is the commitment that we've received from Prince George's County. And Mel has definitely been a leader in terms of being an advocate for this project, because it certainly impacts the citizens of southern Prince George's County just as much as it does Charles County. So it's a benefit to the entire region. And in addition, St. Mary's County as well, has bought into the project, because the Southern Maryland region recognizes that this project will have a tremendous impact on ridership times. The estimated time of an average ride by commuter train is about a ride to the District of Columbia is about 37 minutes. Now, if someone that regularly drives on Route 301, I'm telling you, that's a big difference. I mean, you're talking about 40 minutes or so difference in your actual commute. And it will take a significant number of the cars off of Route 301. So there'll be a benefit across the board. It'll benefit our environment if we continue to advocate for this. It's something that is extremely important for our future. And again, the key for me and what I will be ensuring that we do as we move forward is that we continue to dispel the misconceptions that exist about the viability of this project. We are virtually at that stage where we can really move forward. I think it's appropriate that the theme for this evening is taking it on the fast track. We will continue to do that, but the only way we will move on the fast track is by continuing to develop the partnerships that exist on the county and state level. And that's where the support of the community is the key. The more we hear our citizens saying that this is an important project, and it's a viable project, and it's something that our citizens want to see in the very near future, that will be the message that, on the state level in particular, that will be the message that will resonate. So it's up to us as citizens to continue to move forward. And so, I kind of want to close with that, and I'm certainly open to any questions. But I'd certainly like to give Mel an opportunity to kind of speak on this, because as Gary said, this would not even be possible if we were not in partnership with Prince George's County, if this were not an actual priority for Prince George's County. So with that said, I'm let Mel come up. Great seeing you, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it.